What is your will, my master?
Hey, what's up, Jeff? Quick demo video for you for your Grandmaster Saber by CCSabers. Carl Chen over there. This is a really cool little saber. It was a bit of a challenge to install in his chassis, but the chassis was really nice. It just takes some extreme wire management, and it all fit in there really well, right? So this will be coming with the box right here. I've got it, and it's got your static pommel, and then you've got an extra static shroud as well for display purposes. So all that will be coming with the saber. But let's go over this guy real quick. Install the Profi. You do have CCSabers in there for your main PCB. So how you get to everything is you just unscrew this guy right here. I want to make sure I don't drop it. You'll see your speaker chassis piece sticking out a little bit. You could just pull it out just like that. If it has a battery in it, it gets a little tough to pull out. So if it's here, you could come in from the emitter side with your finger carefully and push it forward or push it backwards. And then you can pull it out like that. And then here is your chassis. So you've got that door over the Profi board, but I showed you some pictures of what it looks like without it. You've got your two switches here. So your one up top here is your activation, and then this one is your auxiliary. And then you've got a removable battery setup. And then a kill switch, sorry, right here, and a 22mm speaker. One thing I had to do, you'll see that orange wire, it goes from one side to the other. I had to swap the way I wired this thing. So I watched the instructional video from Carl Chen on how to wire this guy. Specifically, I was looking for what to do with the LEDs on the switches. In that video, he mentions wiring them over to the 5-volt pad, which is right behind the positive battery pad. I would advise against doing that. I found that the switches didn't turn off all the time, and I wanted these switches to turn off when the saber wasn't off. So what I did was a little trick my buddy Albert taught me a while back. Is I took the positive for the LEDs on these two switches, and I wired them to the positive speaker pad. So what that does is these LEDs will actually react to sound, right? So when the saber's on, they turn on. When the saber turns off, the LEDs turn off, and it happens immediately. And it's just a cool little trick that works. I've done it on the CCSabers and a few other ones that if you want some quick accent LEDs, but you don't want to write a full config that has that on every sound font, you can just do that. So that's what I did here. All right, so we'll throw a battery in. No springs on this guy, but when you get the chassis in person, you'll notice there's a positive sign right here. So that's where your positive side of your battery goes. Battery is a super snug fit, but it goes in there. It goes in there pretty snug, and then you're going to have a little bit of a time taking it out, but we'll go over that too. Now the battery's in there, right? You'll notice when I flip this kill switch, it's going to play the boot sound, and your LEDs on your switches are going to react to the sound on that boot sound. Just like that, see? So now the LEDs are off because they always react to sound. You got motion controls. I did get the full font package and config that you already had up for this guy. I put it on this saber, so everything's good to go. There are two arrows here on the chassis, and it rides that channel right to your main activation switch, and you have to line that up with this control box right here, that switch, and that's how that goes in. It only goes in one way. Slide that all the way in just like that. It'll stop itself, and then you can take your pommel and screw it on. I'll screw it on tight, make sure it's all the way locked down. So now you've got motion controls. You see your two switches lighting up. This over here is your auxiliary. You got twist off, or we could come over here and use our activation in the box. And turn it again, turn it off. Just like that. This also came with a blade. So you've got your 3/4 inch diameter test blade right here. It's this long. So we're gonna throw it in this guy real quick. Pretty neat little blade. I've never held a 3/4 inch blade up close before. I'm just gonna make sure it's locked all the way down. The blade lock up right here. So again, you can see those switches. They turn on immediately when the saber's on. And then they immediately turn off when we turn the saber off. Just like that, just like they should, right?
Apologies, but we don't fight fair either.
Just a simple wonder. Lone Star! Lord help me, Clark! You need it on the bridge, sir. Not next time!
Please, please, don't make a fuss. I'm just plain yogurt.
Right to me.
Count Dooku.
We'll do one more.
A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense.
Just like that. And now we'll take the blade out. Everything's working in there like it should. You've got your, I've got your blade plug here also. It has some nice shine through in it. I'm not going to lock it down, but if I turn it on, excellent shine through, right? Just like that. So now we'll take the battery out. We'll just want to unscrew this again. You can pull on this and it should come right out on you. If you find that you're having too much trouble taking that out, you can always take the sticker off your battery and that will help. I haven't had to do that here though. And then you probably need a pair of tweezers or something because you're going to have to work this battery out a little bit. But we'll flip the kill switch first. Now everything's off. Just pry up one side and then the other one. So that's is your saber. Let me know if you got any questions. And if not, I will get this out in the mail to you with your blade tomorrow. All right, thanks.